Well, Johnny, it all comes down to this. 29 of 30 competitors have taken their shot on this brutal regional finals course. Only David Campbell has yet to run. He's not only the sport's most successful athlete, he also embodies the spirit of this competition. After failing to qualify for the first American Ninja Warrior competition, David Campbell went to work.
When I first started getting serious about this show, I built an obstacle course on some property that my brother had.
The effort paid off, and Campbell advanced farther in Japan than any other American. David Campbell will become the first person ever to complete this obstacle. Oh, my goodness! Despite the disappointment of that fall on stage 3, his resolve remains unbroken. He's now so comfortable with his skills, he routinely trains his competition.
People wonder why I help train my competition, but to try to hold other people down, I think that's kind of coming from a place of fear. And I think by pushing other people, it helps me push myself. Open up your grip a little bit, because you get that extra inch. Training other people makes me focus a lot on technique, and when I see other people doing things maybe incorrectly, it makes me find flaws in my own technique and become one step closer to perfection, which I think is what the spirit of this show is really all about. This is the year for me. I'm going to be the first American Ninja Warrior.
If David clears the salmon ladder in under 5:25, he knocks Marcus Ramos out of the final 15. So much is expected of David Campbell, but he expects even more from himself.
Hey, I think I just detected a hint of a smile. That's pretty rare for David. He's usually pretty stoic. He just might be having fun out there tonight.
He said he was concerned about the moisture tonight, particularly on the spinning log. Wow, right through the spinning log. No problem there.
Well, I guarantee you, he is not just thinking about trying to get to Las Vegas. He saw James McGrath's run and the time he posted. He wants to prove that he is the strongest competitor in this field.
David Campbell, nobody trains harder than him, but I don't know if his physical skills can match James McGrath. But look at him flying up the devil's steps.
Well, he's got the home course built in his backyard that many of these athletes flock to train.
But let's keep in mind, Johnny, when you go fast, you could make a mistake.
And he slips there on the warped wall.
David Campbell missing the warped wall.
Well, we saw McGrath pause there and take a little breather. Campbell thought he could one-time it. He was mistaken.
Whoa, and a close call there. David Campbell needs to make sure in his effort to establish a great time, he doesn't make a mistake and go out. He's already had a stumble coming out of the jump hang, and he took 2 attempts to get up the warped wall.
Oh, and another mistake right here on the salmon ladder.
Well, he's been sitting around all night in the cold waiting for his run, and we've seen 2 mistakes so far by a man who's normally flawless. But David's time through the salmon ladder is enough to knock Marcus Ramos out of the top 15. David Campbell had the best time in qualifying, being slowed up on the arm rings here, though.
He looks like he's in real trouble right now.
Can he get past this? And yes, he's over that second horseshoe.
I think he definitely just took a deep breath and said, get a hold of yourself. Remember, you got to get to Mount Midoriyama before you can be the first American Ninja Warrior.
David Campbell had a wake-up call on the warp wall and the salmon ladder.
He did.
But going up the cargo net now, he has to be excited that he's going back to Mount Midoriyama.
He certainly made it interesting. We saw some vintage David Campbell, but we saw that he's human as well. Overall, this has been a remarkably competitive regional final.
For the first time, the 15 moving on will all have completed the course, making this the strongest region we've seen so far. And he's done it! David Campbell with the time of 2 minutes 43.7 is going back to Mount Midoriyama. And this regional competition has lived up to the hype. David Campbell is going to Las Vegas. And we say goodbye to Marcus Ramos, eliminated by the last runner of the competition. So James